First at 10, a Fox 61 Weather Watch alert for severe thunderstorms moving through parts of the state. We'll time it out for you and talk about where we go from here.
Tonight on Connecticut's news station, 4 firefighters injured in one city in our state. We'll have the latest details as crews remain on scene tonight.
Also, local police search for whoever killed a puppy and left it by a trash can. We'll hear from animal advocates about what they're calling an atrocious crime.
Fox 61, Connecticut's news station, begins with a Weather Watch alert.
And we start tonight tracking a severe thunderstorm threat across Connecticut. Here's a live look at the radar from the Fox 61 Weather Watch Center, expecting heavy downpours overnight that could make it a whole lot worse for areas that are already flooded or waterlogged after days of rain. Good evening, I'm Ben Goldman.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. Thanks for joining us. We've seen some severe thunderstorm watches and warnings in the Litchfield Hills tonight, just a few days after communities there saw significant damage from flooding.
Let's begin tonight with Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank to time out these storms. Rachel.
Yeah, this rain is just kind of adding insult to injury at this point. We do not need any more rain, and it won't take much to kind of push rivers and streams over the edge. So this is a line of showers and thunderstorms stretching all the way into northern New England. This line has a history of producing downed trees and power lines. There was earlier tonight a tornado warning associated with it outside of Connecticut. We're talking about in New York State and up in parts of the Berkshires as well. But tonight there are no tornado warnings, but we're watching. There is a little bit of rotation in the air. Right now, the main concern, though, is this very heavy rainfall, also strong gusty winds here stretching from Cornwall and Sharon up through North Canaan, Norfolk, also seeing some locally heavier downpours. And we're seeing some of that rain stretch into Barkhamsted and Granby. And it's that leading edge where we're seeing some of the strongest winds. So that's actually heading into Windsor Locks, heading into South Windsor and Ellington within the next 15 minutes to a half an hour or so. And this line will continue to sag farther south as we head through the evening tonight. But there's some question as to how far south it's able to get. For example, this computer model showing it really brushing the northern 4 counties, but southern areas might not see as much rain tonight. That being said, we have more showers, locally heavier downpours and thunderstorms in store off and on as we head through your Friday. So even if some towns don't get rain tonight, there's a lot more where that came from. And there is a flood watch in effect for our northern 4 counties, Litchfield, Hartford, Tolland, and Windham counties right into tomorrow morning, where there could be some issues for the morning drive. We'll explain, step you through the weekend forecast too, coming up.
Busy night, Rachel. Thank you. This storm not coming at a good time for many parts of our state. The valleys of the Housatonic and Connecticut rivers have already dealt with flooding concerns all week long. Those fears now expected to stay into the weekend. Fox 61's DeAndrea Turner joining us live in Middletown tonight, where the city is dealing with some of its worst flooding right now. DeAndrea, what are conditions looking like now?
Hi, Ben. Well, it may look like I am in the shallow part of a river or a pond, but this is actually just the beginning of a parking lot that I'm standing in the park. And the further back you go, the deeper the water gets. Some of these park benches are underwater all the way. Now, I spoke with people here at this park in Middletown and in East Hartford about this flooding.
I hope not, because this is ridiculous.
More rain is on the way, and several Connecticut communities are still washed out, like Harbor Park in Middletown.
Yeah, yesterday it was, I would say, around the pillars, the what's names. It wasn't this high.
The high waters are bringing spectators like the Drodes family out to parks in disbelief.
We come here sometimes, have a little picnic lunch or something, and we wanted to take a look because we heard everything was underwater, and it certainly is. There's no regular places that they play really to play today. So,
as the Connecticut River crests, parks across the water remain closed, like Great River Park in East Hartford.
It's something not happen every day.
Riverfront Recapture CEO Mike Zaleski says that he hopes the park will be up and running soon.
There is a concert that was canceled tonight in East Hartford, Great River Park. And we're going to continue to look at programming over the next couple of days. We're confident that the river's going to, the water's going to go down, and we're going to be able to continue to hold a whole host of events in the Riverfront Recapture Park system over the course of the next week or two.
And back in Middletown, folks are confident that the reconstruction of a historical building at Harbor Park will continue to move forward despite the floods.
You know, if this one won't take it out, If this takes it down a little bit, we'll build it back up. That's what we do.
Now, I also spoke with city officials and the people who will be taking over the lease once this reconstruction is done today, and they told me that with the remodeling, it's safe from floods, at least a little bit safe. They're expecting if the river if it continues to flood tonight, just to have a little bit of flooding inside of this building, but not too much to damper the process of this reconstruction. In Middletown, DeAndrea Turner, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, thank you, DeAndre. Look at all that water. Whether it's flash flooding or hot temperatures, stay up to date by downloading the free Fox 61 News app. There we bring you live radar and hour-by-hour forecasts. It's also a great resource for breaking news and traffic conditions.
All right, we're following developing news tonight out of New Haven, where 5 people are injured, including 4 firefighters. The fire department says crews were first called to a repair shop on Garage on Chapel Street just after 1:30 today. 2 of the firefighters were treated for heat exhaustion. 1 had a back injury. All 5 people are expected to recover.
The fire interior got extremely hot, caused an interior collapse. Everything inside, all the stoves, refrigerators, all that stuff collapsed into the first floor. Right now, we're just basically filling it with water, and we're keeping it defensive. The fire is not under control, but we're pretty close.
7 buildings on Chapel Street lost power during the fire. Crews are expected to stay on scene until late tonight.
New at 10, the state's public health department's reporting an uptick in deadly overdoses in southern Connecticut. The state says 16 people died from overdoses in the first 11 days of this month. Those deaths were in 8 cities and towns in the greater New Haven area, and many were last weekend. More than 60% of those deadly overdoses were caused by cocaine or crack cocaine. The state's working with local health departments to monitor that trend.
Well, new at 10 tonight, Enfield police say a canine helped arrest one of the 3 boys suspected of stealing from vehicles at 2 shopping malls. Officers say it happened yesterday at Enfield Commons and Brookside Plaza. The 3 boys are between 12 and 14 years old and are accused of being in a stolen vehicle from Springfield. When they ran from police at Brookside Plaza, the canine, named Duncan, caught one of the boys while officers found the other 2. All 3 boys are facing 4 charges, including first-degree larceny. Well, also new at 10, New Haven police are investigating tonight after a puppy was found shot dead and then left near a trash can.
Yeah, there's now a reward for anyone who knows who killed that dog. Fox 61's Jake Garcia is in New Haven tonight after talking with animal advocates who say they're upset.
New Haven police are hoping to get justice for a dog they say was shot and killed and discarded in a milk crate. Animal advocates hoping for justice as well.
We are just appalled at how somebody could do this to a puppy, a very young dog, and it's just disgraceful.
New Haven police say on July 8th, someone approached 2 officers around 4 in the morning who discovered a dead dog in a milk crate in the 200 block of Poplar Street in the Fairhaven neighborhood.
And then the officers were able to locate the deceased dog. He was in a milk crate, and they immediately called our animal control officers who responded to the scene. They examined the animal and believed that it had suffered from a gunshot wound.
New Haven Animal Control took the dog to a local veterinary hospital where vets confirmed the dog had been shot. Desmond's Army and New Haven police have since named the dog Justice and are hoping to find whoever is responsible. Desmond's Army, a legal animal advocacy group, says cases like this are common.
Animal cruelty is so prevalent in Connecticut. In the month of July, we have 43 cases that we are following. There are more than that, but that's just what's in the month of July.
Advocates urging people to file a report if they see or know something.
If you see somebody abusing an animal, you can make an anonymous report, but please report.
A $3,000 reward is being offered for information leading to an arrest and conviction.
So any tip, large or small, please contact us. This is an atrocious crime. Please come forward. Any information you have that can bring justice for justice.
The dog's remains have been sent for necropsy at UConn and are waiting final results. If you have any information on this case, you're asked to contact New Haven Police. In New Haven, Jake Garcia, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Really disturbing. All right, thank you, Jake. New at 10, East Hartford's fire department is getting a national award for how it handles severe heart attacks. The town says the department has received the Mission Lifeline EMS Gold Award from the American Heart Association. The award's part of a national push to improve the care for patients suffering emergencies like heart attack. The American Heart Association says more than 250,000 people have a certain type of heart attack that blocks blood flow and requires immediate treatment.